Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As always, we've got another legend style video, and I'll be taking you guys through some of the attacks that you can do with super bowlers nowadays because of the different kind of bases that are coming up out there. So I'm just gonna help you guys understand new ways using which you can start taking down these bases, and this video is actually going to start focusing on queen charges and different ways you can have queen charges to set up funnels and maybe even join up with a super bowler smash after that. So I hope these tips do become useful for you guys, because there's a lot of channels out there that are posting all sorts of annoying bases which are anti-smash, whether it's root riders or if it's bowlers. But I'm here to help you guys understand different ways using which you can take those bases down. So let's just get into some attacks. Okay, for the first base over here, you can see we've got this very closed up box style base, and the defenses are very spread out. You can see it's a very good spread of defenses. It's not like any one particular compartment is very stacked with a lot of value. So once again, it's going to be difficult for us to try to identify a path for our bowlers to kind of move through the base. And let's just identify what you should not do and what you should do on different bases that you can find out there like these. Definitely the town hall is trying to have this double poison setup with even the single infernos honestly on the sides with the ricochet cannons. This is just a very toxic compartment if you had to deal with it. So there's three different ways that I've talked about where you can have super bowler smashes go on box bases. One is the far side entry, and one is either from the flanks, and lastly we've got one where we start at the town hall itself. So let's just analyze how each of those could go. So if I had to approach from over here somehow, it is kind of feasible. Yeah, I can definitely have a flame flinger to grab this much of value. There's nothing that's going to stop me. I can just drop the Yeti to tank this mortar over here, and I can likely do the same thing on the right side as well. No problems over there at all. But let's just analyze our path to the town hall itself. So I'll need one wall breaker over here. I will need one wall break to break this wall, and there's no guarantee that a third wall breaker will actually target this wall, because it's likely that if I have the second one target this wall, if this builder hut is still over here, the third wall breaker will just target this one over here. You can still see it's perfectly fine. I can place my jump over here, there's no problem at all. But what you'll also notice is that we'll still have all of these flanks kind of hitting our bowlers while we are stuck in poisons from these poison towers, and then we'll have to deal with the town hall itself. So overall, the finish on this style of approach is going to be very difficult just because of the very heavy single target type of damage that we'll have to deal with. And honestly, it's usually the ending that is filled with all sorts of traps for you, and we don't even have a guarantee of what the CC could be. So because of the amount that the base is trying to slow us down, it is very possible that we might have to use our vulnerability somewhere over here, if not for the ending, and that's just a risk that you should probably not take that often. So what you can do instead is you can start from the town hall, and what that allow you to do is actually even if from the opposite side, this is such a good spot for a flame flinger if you think about it, and instead of ending on these areas, why not just start over here? So you can get this much of value with a flame flinger, and you can also sacrifice your king to get the other compartment, because if you see the ending area, if we have to start from the far end, there's not really much of a threat in this area as compared to the threats that are there over here. So it's going to be a much easier finish. And now another second advantage that I'm going to try to show you guys over here is if I approach with a queen charge over here, if I time some balloons perfectly, I can actually pull both of these poison towers to more or less coincide with the town hall poison. So what that means is I'm effectively dealing with 0 spell towers on this base. Literally 0 spell towers on this base. It's as good as simply sitting in the town hall poison for a little bit longer. And yeah, overall we should be fine over here. You can see how I've tried to place my queen a little bit delayed after the flame flinger took out some initial targets, so that she stays out of range of the single inferno. And once again, as always, if you're going to queen charge a base, just focus on your queen charge. You can see how I've tried to set up the funnel over here with the Yeti and now the king over here, and that should force the queen to kind of get back in over here, and if possible 2 wall breaks over here so that the queen can take one of them, and then you can have your bowlers join in over here later. So let's just see how this plays out. Again, like, just place all of your focus on your queen. Over here I sacrificed my queen ability early, but it's perfectly fine. The archers pulled the poison towers instead of me having to use a balloon, so perfectly fine. We can just chill over here for a little bit. The king has also pulled the clan castle. I can just use a poison on him, honestly, and as soon as the town hall goes down from the queen, you can just join in with the bowlers. There's nothing that's going to stop you. They will sit in the town hall poison for a little bit of time, but honestly you can see it is already shaping up so well. And yeah, I placed a jump just like this, and that actually gives us such good access. Like, I can reach all of this without having to break this wall over here. And what's even great about this approach is the enemy heroes are going to line up in such ways that my bowlers will actually try to target them, and they could get good damage onto the flanks outside from over here. So if I had approached from this side, the bowler bounces would go like this and not necessarily towards the scatter shots. But all in all, you can see, like, now I don't have to worry about anything on the back end. Like, I don't have a town hall to worry about, I have no spell towers to worry about, and I've only just now popped my warden ability, and those bowler bounces are just merciless. You can see this base stands absolutely no chance. All I had to do is just send in a little bit of help with my royal champion. Maybe if it was not for time, I would not have even needed her anyway. But you can see this is such a simple approach. I got rid of all the spell towers practically because they overlap with the town hall, and nobody expects charges from over here, because even if they do, it's like they try to make it such that your queen will have a very tough time fighting what's ahead of the town hall, but nobody expects you to join in with the bowlers, and that's where these bases just break immediately. Because we're joining with those amazing bowlers, and we're going to keep them healed up because the queen charge will combine with our super bowlers. There's just no chance that these bases can hold any approach like this. But yeah, that's a 3-star for us. We'll just go on to the next one. Okay, again, I'm just going to pause the base to talk about it a bit, but you can see, like, this is a nice anti 2-star base, and if you look very closely, it's very difficult to find spots for, say, flame flingers, where you can kind of have something like, for example, I'm not saying this is what you should do, but suppose you do like a warden walk, and then you have like a flame flinger, and then you can push your smash right into the middle. So obviously this is going to be very, very difficult, because first of all, wall breaker for this wall will only target somewhere over here, and once again, like, if you see the value that you're really gonna get, it's not really much. Like, the warden is not really taking out anything, he's just forming the funnel. Even the flame flinger, like, honestly, it's decent value, but there's no guarantee really that you're going to be able to finish the funnel over here. And we're going to be you can see, like, the damage is very well spread on the base. It's not like this is a very heavy core, it's very, very well spread. We even have like infernos with the monolith behind the town hall, so it's going to be very, very difficult to have an approach like that, because the ending that we're going to have to face is going to be extremely, extremely toxic. There's no chance for us to get headhunters to deal with the enemy heroes. There's no chance for even if I had like a royal champion, or like to stun like a particular defense or something like that, the cross tanking I would require would be insane to deal with this last arc out over here. So any approaches from like over here are going to be very difficult. And likewise, like, if I try to have an approach like this, I'm just going to be leaving a lot on the area behind the town hall if I approach like that. So what can you do on bases like this? Like, how can you try to take advantage of the base's design and think out of the box a little bit? What you can start noticing is, well, start thinking about queen charges. If you can't find any good spots for a flame flinger where you can set up a funnel to push right into the core and deal heavy damage to everything around you. And what I mean by that is the combination of the queen charge and the blimp. Yes, that's the Yeti blimp. It's just such a good it just creates such an amazing funnel. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take advantage of the void pockets over here, and I'm going to actually just have a queen charge go on over here, And if I can land a Yeti blimp right over here, the raised up rocket loons, maybe with some Yeti mites, can take the monolith. The Yetis themselves can then go on towards this multi-inferno, even heavily damage the royal champion while I'm taking this multi-inferno down. So all in all, if I zoom this out over here, the queen is responsible for this much, the Yeti blimp will take out this much, and the blimp will even take the CC pull for us. Honestly, it's such good value. I'm going to get the monolith, the eagle, the royal champion maybe, and the clan castle pull. And you can see I'm sending it from a very weird angle, because usually there are traps over here, and you can see like there's already one trap, but it's hit our blimp so late. There's absolutely nothing it can do. The blimp even managed to pull one of these spell towers over here, and you can see how well this is shaping up. So the queen, like obviously I use a baby dragon to help out over here, but just look at the pathing now. Once again I'm going to pause the base a little bit. We've carved out this much of the base. Honestly, you can't ask for anything more. We just need a king to kind of come in over here so that we can push our bowlers in over here, and you can jump somewhere over here. It's an approximation. It all depends on how our bowlers end up pathing, but now just look at this path that is there for our bowlers. We can just honestly abuse the entire ring that is there. This inner ring like this. We don't have to necessarily go deep into the town hall, and we can just have a jump over here. And once again, it's going to look a little spammy, but it doesn't really matter at this point because our Yetis have done so much for us. There's no clan castle for us to deal with in the core. One of the poison towers have been pulled, and honestly, one enemy hero with the monolith and that multi-inferno, it's just insane. I can't ask for much better value than that. And you're gonna see how nicely this actually sets it up for us. I'm just trying to place some wall breakers so that the king can also maybe hopefully recombine with my smash, and they can move along as a wave like this, just like that. And I can create a lot of cross tanking. And you can see over here I've only used one rage, and I still have 3 rages for like so little of the base honestly now. So this is looking really good for us. Our healers should transfer really soon. Some troops will leak into the core. You should expect it, and honestly it's perfectly fine because those guys are going to help us out. And you can see I've placed the jump spell a little bit ahead, as I was talking about earlier. It's looking a little spammy, but trust me, those boulder bounces are just going to destroy every last bit of this base. Absolutely no way it can handle it now. So just join in with the royal champion. Perfectly fine. The Diggy will have good synergy with those bowlers. The queen can do whatever she wants to in the core. She has her invis vial, and that can easily like handle a lot of the back end for us. And you can see this is already shaping up so nicely. There's almost nothing for a royal champion to do, and we still had our last stage. Those bowlers are going to stay alive for a very long time still. The royal champion has pretty much nothing left. Look at that. Imagine if the monolith was up in this moment with this Tesla farm over here, and this monolith would absolutely wreak havoc on whatever troops I have left over here. There's a good chance that I would not have tripled this if the monolith did not go down, because yeah, the combination of like the multi-infernos with the monolith and those enemy heroes, terrible backend to face for a smash user. Like that entire area, we deleted more than half of it, and that actually allowed us to go around the base like that and easily kind of spam through the base. All that mattered is our 3 bowlers stuck together in this little ring over here, and that was enough for us to finish the base. So yeah, that's another good 3-star for us. Definitely try out this blimp style approaches with the queen charge when you feel like you can't get good flame flinger value. I'm telling you, it's slept on. It's something I used to do at Town Hall 14 a lot, and you can notice Town Hall 16 bases are slowly going back to Town Hall 14 style of bases. But yeah, I'll show you guys some more tricks in the next videos. Next attacks. Alright, I think this is also a very popular base. At least it started popping up very recently. I'm sure this is a base that Kaku has shared on his YouTube channel as well. And yeah, obviously it's like another boxy style base, and we've got a lot of void compartments in the core, and this is definitely extremely toxic. There's a very good spread of defenses, and honestly a very good spread of heroes as well, and this core is going to be very difficult to deal with. There's no way. Once again, let's just have like an analogy, an analysis of the base that we have in front of us, and let's just see like why it's going to be difficult to kind of approach from over here. first off, we can like obviously see like we have this over here and facing two ricochet cannons at the very beginning, especially when we don't even have good entry into the base. You can see those corners are open over here, so that's just a nightmare for us. If we send wall breakers over here, they're going to try to open these corners instead, and that's going to just make your bowlers leak around a lot more, trust me. So as it is, you're going to have a very difficult requirement to try to push your bowlers in over here like this, and even after you do that, those ricochet cannons are going to absolutely destroy you. They're going to make you either use your rages early, maybe even your warden ability early, and once again it's just going to be miserable. So now if I did something like a warden walk over here, and if I did let's just assume I do a flame flinger over here, and I somehow still managed to get this wall open. Once again, like there's still so many layers of walls I need to punch through, because I would need to place a jump like this if I want access to the town hall. And you can see that's so far, like we have so many closed compartments on the way. I would need access into either this or this compartment so that I could jump to the town hall, and obviously that is very difficult because the wall breakers can target any of these intersections over here. So obviously a flame flinger is not possible. Yes, maybe a log launcher is possible. You can definitely have a log launcher opening up these walls over here. I have not tried it out. It is something that you can experiment with yourself, and do let me know how it does work out for you, but I personally would not recommend it because of this double sweeper over here. Your healers are never going to be able to heal up your bowlers, and just you can see like there's just such a heavy core, and it's so well spread out that you absolutely need your bowlers to be healed up 24/7 while you're in that core. Yeah, so all in all, that's just why you should not try to approach from the far end on this base. And once again, you can see what we're about to do is queen charge the town hall, because they've given it for free literally. What's going to be difficult is like get access into this core. So one thing I will mention is I will try to break open this compartment with wall breakers. I will 100% try to do that, because then it'll allow me to place my jump a little bit deeper into the core like that, and if I can do that, it'll actually give me access to a lot of the buildings over the wall. And as always, the formula is going to remain pretty much the same. Flame flinger on one side, king on one side, and the queen should just go for the town hall straight away. You'll notice I have not yet deployed my flame flinger because of this ground expo. So what I'm actually trying to do is I'm simply trying to I know that the queen is going to go towards the town hall. The funnel requirements are very basic. It's not complicated at all. So I was absolutely sure, like if I can just have the queen go to the town hall, I can delete a flame flinger, honestly. And if I can get the X-bows to lock onto my smash, then I can actually have a flame flinger take out this much of the base rather than only hope for this much. And you can see how well this is going to work out for us over here. So now that's just so good. Like those balloons, like there's obviously going to be like healer farms over here for queen charge style attacks, but again we've got a smash, we don't have a queen charge, so we can easily have most of our troops just get in. We can have our balloons nicely search ahead, nothing to be scared about for us. And let's just see over here how our bowlers can go to work. You can see I've just now deployed the flame flinger as well, super late, and we only have one rage tower to deal with. And now let's just look at those rage bowler bounces. Absolutely melt that core. There's no way that this core will survive. They have done such a good job, honestly. Like they've heavily weakened up a lot of this backend. Sadly, my healers went to the Titan because I was not careful with my with my wall break for this one. But you can still see we've managed to take out the entire core. And if my Titan had joined my bowlers, and if my healers had stayed with my queen, honestly, you would have seen like this would have been such an easier job. Like now my queen has sadly gone down because of this, but what more do you need from your bowlers? The entire rage core is gone. All you need is that funnel. The flame flinger is still doing a wonderful job as well, and really not much else for this base. All you need to do is just identify when you can queen charge the town hall like that, or as I showed you guys in my previous attack, try to pair up a blimp with a queen charge on those anti-2 style bases and rotate around it. Trust me, it's just amazing. Like there's absolutely no way that those bases will survive. We just have this one warden left over here, the enemy warden I mean. But you can see like I still have my Titan at full health because my healers went to it. And yeah, I think this is going to be a time fail because of this one elixir storage. And all in all, I think this is still a very good approach for this base. You just have to be careful about how you decide to wall break this wall over here. And then if you can have your bowlers kind of melt through the core, melt the entire core, and if the healers stick on them, imagine if I still had all of my bowlers alive over here with my queen right now. Absolutely no way this base is going to survive. So that's another queen charge, and I think I'll try to find another queen charge for the last attack for you guys. If not, we'll go through another complex base that you can still try to take over. So let's just hop into the last one. Alright, I could find another base which I queen charged, and yeah, I think this is also a popular base in higher legends. I'm sure even Blueprint has very recently given out this base in one of their latest videos. So again, the principle is going to be the same. Like you can see that entry from this side is just very toxic. It's literally forcing a very early warden ability. Like look at that rage tower, it's covering so much honestly. Unless our ice golems manage to freeze the core, there's no way that we will not be forced to use a warden ability. And the worst part about approaching from over here is probably the fact that these walls are open over here. We also have the enemy heroes waiting for us. Once if they start targeting us, trust me, everything is going to just keep splitting around like this and keep going around. And there's no way that you are going to be able to get to the town hall. It's literally going to be the last building standing. Not to mention, we're going to have this toxic area over here as well. So again, we're just going to keep the principle more or less the same. Once again, you can see like I have like this flame flinger that I'm going to have for this end, and you're going to see me use the trick where I try to delay the flame flinger again, because it is relatively easier to try to path the queen in a particular direction. And I'm going to try to use my king for this area once again, and that should allow my bowlers to just get in over here. And the beauty of doing it on this base, if I place a skeleton spell over here on this rage tower, I'm going to tank 2 scatter shots and the single inferno. And because all of the compartments are open, if I drop wall breakers from over here, what's going to happen is they're going to target this wall. And if I spam them, after they hit this wall, they're going to go to this wall and maybe even all the way over here. So even if I just get this one wall open, I can place the jump like this to get back out into this last rage tower over here. But again, now the additional benefit of going in from behind the town hall is this rage tower is going to expect approaches from over here, and it's going to try to shut down queen charges, pure queen charge attacks coming in from over here. But now that I have the skeleton spell, I have my ice golems in my smash, this area is not going to pose any threat to us. Even if the rage tower goes off, nothing is going to happen. I'm just going to drop one skeleton spell after the town hall goes down, and let's just see what happens. Once again, I'm going to try to use the trick to delay the flame flinger on the X-bow, because as I talked about earlier, it's easy for me to get the queen going like this. I just need like a baby dragon in this area probably, and I just need to funnel the king over here. I think in this replay I don't manage to do it correctly, but all in all it should still be fine. I think I just took advantage of the fact that I knew that the X-bow has this radius, so I just started the flame flinger anyway, so that I don't have to use too much of funnel troops. And you can see I've just immediately used my queen in the radius of the X-bow. There's no chance the flame flinger will ever get targeted, and the flame flinger after taking down this corner will further go down to help with this multi-archer tower over here. Honestly, just amazing value. I can't ask for anything better. I did make a mistake with deploying the baby dragon up top, and sometimes it happens. I should have probably placed it over here so that I can make the king go like this, but that was an oversight on my part. Let's just see how we try to recover it. Now as soon as this town hall is about to drop, I can see like my queen is not going to go to the scatter shots right away, so I kind of delay a little bit. But you can see I've dropped the skeleton spell just now, and now I've sacrificed my titan actually, because I know that the funnel is not looking good for the bowlers, and sometimes this is what you have to do, because all I want is my bowlers to just stick together. And now you're going to see over here the queen is going to start getting targeted, but look at that. Now those ice golems are going to pick up the damage instead. I've started sprinkling in those bowlers with the wall breakers, and honestly nothing this base can do. Just look at that. I've still managed to save my vulnerability. Those balloons are coming in clutch. They're pulling a lot of red mines. I still have 2 of my bowlers alive, and I'm gonna use my vulnerability this late into the attack. And look at those bowler bounces. All of these defenses are just lined up perfectly for us. Amazing. There's absolutely no way this base is going to defend us now. We have the Rage Queen, the Rage Bowler bounces, and they're bouncing outwards from that core. And honestly, it doesn't even matter at this point because all the walls are also open. What was meant to stop us if we approach from these angles is now going to be just available for our benefit. Honestly, like this, you can just see our queen is going to easily take advantage of all of these open walls. The royal champion is going to kind of just tag team with her. Nothing much for her to really do, and all in all, very easy triple. So just keep an eye that you really need those funnels. You just need to, and remember, your bowlers have a 1 tile range over a wall, and if the funnel is not enough for your bowlers, be sure that you have the funnel in place, otherwise your bowlers will not walk with your queen. There's a good chance that my bowlers would otherwise just walk around like this and go around. So just be careful of that one thing when you attempt queen charge attacks like these on very modern box bases or even anti-2 style bases. But do try these tips out in your attacks. I hope they definitely will help you. If you do have any troubles with these attack styles, feel free to reach out to me in the comments. These are very complex attack styles, I would say, compared to your typical Smash where you have like ward and walks. But once you master these, trust me, nothing can stop you. Like I already showed you my attack log. I have been going near perfect. So I already have like a plus 80 today on my first 2 attacks, and even my previous day I went like 303. So do try out these tips. I hope they do help you, and if you find them helpful enough, feel free to give me feedback. It helps me as a content creator. It can be likes, it can be criticisms in the comments, it can be something, hey, nice video, maybe you should try posting more videos of XYZ style. It does help me out. It helps me understand what you guys enjoy watching as well. But yeah, that's about it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.